Y'all wonder why we ain't shit. Y'all wonder why the black race sucks. Y'all wonder why nobody gives a fuck or cries when a black child is murdered in the streets. Y'all wonder why I don't give a fuck about the majority of black women. They're producing these assholes and raising them to do this. They are doing this at the behest of black women. The shittiest group of people on the planet. Black folks. The worst motherfuckers to ever grace the planet. 2013 niggas. They ruin everything. They ruin everything. And you know what the internet allows people to do to other people. And you also understand what I mean by when I wish there were more George Zimmermans. I wish that more of you niggas were exterminated. There are too many niggas running around that don't need to exist.
I declare war. So as you all know, a few days ago I did a video basically calling out other YouTubers for not challenging Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor appeared on some Google Hangouts, and hardly anyone asked him tough questions about his controversial positions. So I called them out in my video. So in response, Tommy made a comment to my video. He basically challenged me to a debate, and I rejected his challenge. I told him that a debate with him would be pointless. I told him that this man is irrational. He's all about sensationalism and emotionalism. He's not about having any kind of intelligent debate. So I told him that. And I also asked him some tough questions. The same tough questions that I asked in the video. I asked him about his call for an army of George Zimmermans. I asked him about his statements where he said, "Where's Darren Wilson when you need him?" I asked him about his calls for white people to fire upon groups of young black people. I asked him about him joking about the killing of Walter Scott. I asked him about his constant degradation of black women and elevation of white women. I asked him these things in the video and in the comment section. And this man completely tap danced around that. He tap danced around those hard-hitting questions. He avoided them like the plague because he knows that there is no rational justification for those absurd and ridiculous statements. He knows this, so he didn't respond to those questions at all. Instead, he made the discussion into a discussion about debates. He made it into a debate about debates. That's what his method of operation is, to distract people, to deflect, to get people's attention off the ball and have people discussing some damn tangent about a debate. When the real issue, the fundamental issue, are the questions that are being raised. That's the issue. Those are the issues. Those are the issues that need to be addressed. But you won't address those. And in your video, you conveniently did not show those comments. Because again, you know that you can't defend those absurd positions. There's no defending those positions. So unlike those people that you were chilling with on those hangouts, I asked you tough questions. I asked you in the comment section and in my video. I don't have to be on a Google Hangout to ask you those questions. And I don't have to be on those shows to hear your answer, for you to provide an answer to those questions. But you won't provide a real answer because you have no answer. You have no real answer for that foolishness. I mean, this is a person that called for the extermination of black people. What kind of rational justification can anyone have for that? You can't have one because there is none. So with respect to whether or not I would appear on his show, I'll just say this. Only a fool would go into enemy territory where your enemy has complete control over the parameters and the environment of the war. Only a fool would do that. I mean, this man has the power to mute someone. He has the power to kick someone off the line. He has an audience of idiots that enjoy his ridiculous coon show. So only a fool would go in such an environment and engage in a debate. Only a fool would do that because Tommy is not going to engage in an intelligent discussion, as I said before. He is not about intellect. He is not about being rational. This man is all about emotionalism. He's all about sensationalism. He's all about coonery and buffoonery and entertaining folks with his comedy. That's all that he's about. So only a fool would expect an intelligent debate. I would just say this. The only way that I could debate somebody like Tommy is if I was on a level playing field in a neutral environment where you had a real moderator with real rules and real time limits. I would debate him or anybody else under those circumstances. Anybody else. I'm not afraid to debate anyone, but only a fool would go onto that fool's show and debate him. Only a fool would do that. And I ain't no sucker, and I don't let my enemies dictate when I respond to them. I almost forgot. In your video, you were yelling and screaming, holding up belts, saying that you had this title and that title, and challenging people to come take your belts. Well, I'll just say this. We don't want your belts. We don't want any titles. This is not a competition. This is about actual ideas that matter to our people. You can have those titles. The only titles you have are titles of being the biggest coon on YouTube, the title of being the biggest misogynist on YouTube, the title of being the biggest scam artist on YouTube, the title of being the biggest buffoon on YouTube. So you can keep those titles. We don't want them. We don't need them.